Hi, thanks for joining me. Today, I'm going to make an adjustment to a store-bought pie crust. If you haven't done so already, show a little channel love by hitting the like and the subscribe button. Now, in my haste, I must say, I donated my extra rolling pin, and I have not located my marble rolling pin. So I'm having a problem right now. I'm going to need to roll out this pie dough, pre-made pie shell so that it fits in this other pan that I need. Let's see. Slight adjustment here. Now, this is a 9-inch pie shell, which means it will fit on this store-bought pie pan. It doesn't say it on there, but it's a 9-inch pie shell. So here's the silicone pastry mat I have, and you'll see here is 9 inches. When I lay it down here, it fits right inside the 9-inch wall. This, however, is a 10-inch. It says it on here, but if it didn't, I would lay it out here and it would cover it. However, this is the 10-inch pie shell here. So I should be able to lay it here and it covered. It's not doing that. It is really going up here to this 12-inch pie shell here. It's slightly smaller than the 12-inch pie shell. But on the bottom, it says 1.7 times 10-inch, which is a deep dish pie shell. So I'm going to see if I can stretch this pie shell out. And that's why it's so much larger here. When I do this, it's so much larger. It shouldn't be this much larger, probably right into here, into this lip right here, this first lip, and not this outside lip. So the trick would be to bring this pie shell to room temp and see if I can roll it out. So you're going to see me doing some fancy finagling here. And the reason I have to do some fancy finagling is I do not have a rolling pin, and I'm going to attempt to use this bottle of cooking wine. So I washed off the bottle, of course, and dried it. But I'm so low on supplies, sorry, but this is what you have to do. I don't have my saran wrap because I would lay the saran wrap down on top of this and roll it out. We're just going to have to make do because I was planning on making the pot pie for the upcoming holiday. And I have since gotten a request to please make the pot pie now. So we're going to try it. And again, that's going from here to here is where I need it to go, from this top line, just to fill in this circle. And what you normally do, it's getting to room temp. I'm just really hoping. I guess I shouldn't do that. So let's take the normal precaution. If this was a countertop, I would lightly dust this so we don't have a problem with that sticking. That's not a problem you want to deal with. Pie crust pastry sticking to your surface. And this side is still a little cold because it was the inside. So as we can see, it's here. If I fit it to one side, I still have this crescent shape here that I need it to expand on. So there, and then I'll just lightly dust it here. So what you do when you roll out the pie shell, You need it centered because you need to roll out in all directions. It's thin. I just need dusting on here so that it doesn't stick. And I pull this out of the box, and I'm just going to roll from the center outward some, using just light pressure, not too much pressure. You don't want it too thin. It was a little lip on here, so I pressed down a little bit more there. And I need this over here. This would work out much better with saran wrap. And the reason I'm using, I usually use a jar or a glass. I don't have any of those now. I have been emptying out, getting rid of stuff. But I'm almost where I need to be. See, that is almost to the edge there. And it just needs to go a little bit further here on that side. So I know I need to roll here. The weight of the liquid that's in the jar gives enough weight to this object so that I don't really need to press down. We just let the weight of what's in here roll it out and press it down. And that's almost exactly where I need to be. I just have only a little bit more. So here I only have just a small area left that I need to take care of. And that really may be enough. I'm going to go ahead and roll outward here. So if it expands slightly past this line, that will account for that part there. I don't want to make it too thin in one area. Usually you don't worry about having a little too much pie crust because we just take a knife and cut off what's around the edge. That should do it. And I'm hoping, I'm just checking for thickness around the edges. I have a top layer to put down on here, and the top layer should fit because it's not dropping down into the pan. Let's do this. Hold our breath. Oh, the magic of flour. And just place it in that pan. That's just going to take up a quarter of it. Just cut your pan in half and in half again, and that's where it's going to go. Open it up. Perfect. It doesn't come all the way up to the edge. Now, if I wanted to come on up to the edge, I would, because this is a rather deep pan. So I think that's what I'll do. So that way, when I put the top on, it's just not sitting right on top. So I'm going to bring it off of here and roll it out just a little more. So that when I take it up, when I put the other top on there, it will go right up to the edge and meet it. So I'm just going to take it out a little bit more. And sometimes when you roll out your pie shell, it will contract a little once you finish rolling it out. All the way to the edge. Again, in quarters. Slide this in there so it's slightly larger than what it was before. We just press it, and I'm pressing it upward to the edges. So it'll come right over the little lip. That's what I'm doing quickly. So that is how you stretch a pie shell from a 9-inch to a 10-inch to accommodate, of course, a larger pan. So thanks for joining me. Until next time.